come, yo. Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes. DJ Garrity, what's up?
Yo,
Can
what's
you
up,
hear
man?
us? Oh man, your mic sound extremely
what
good.
mic you using over there?
Extremely good.
Yo,
What mic is that you got?
got that stimmy mic, son.
Yo, for real, the mic is usually the biggest issue we have with most guests, with almost every guest.
Yeah, the
Fuzzy
mic don't
mics.
sound too right.
Never sound right. You got your background, so you was really ready, man.
I was ready, son. I was born ready, boy.
So what's up, my brother? Let me give you a formal introduction, man. It is Sean Garrity, a.k.a. Coach Nembhard. Did I say it right that time?
Nah, the B is silent.
The B is silent, so it's Nembhard.
Yeah.
All right, entrepreneur, mentor, and coach. So what's happening
And
today?
DJ.
And DJ, of course. So what's going on, my brother? You want to tell the people about yourself? Hey,
Listen,
hold on.
man,
Just
I'm
want to say
glad
welcome to the show.
be here. All right,
hold
first of all.
on. We gotta say welcome to the show and thank you for spending your Friday night with us because we know it's very difficult these days. The older we get, we got kids and stuff, or we have other responsibilities. But we thank you for taking your time out on a Friday night. You could be out partying, strip club, all that
Doing
other
some
stuff.
shots,
Nah, you know I don't do that, Ron.
rolling up a bigger head,
Ron, you know I don't do that stuff.
I know that. I'm just saying.
You could be.
The
You-
possibilities out there.
You could be dirty
Possibilities
whining
out
somewhere,
there,
you know.
what I'm saying? But you know me, man. I keep it simple. I don't really get too crazy. I think I'm sometimes I tell people that I'm like the worst DJ, right? Because I'm the DJ that doesn't like to DJ. I'm the DJ that doesn't like loud music. I'm the DJ that does not listen to the radio. I'm the DJ that listens to NPR on the traveling to the party.
Hey man, I love some NPR. One time
I
for
listen to
NPR.
don't be speaking NPR though, because sometimes NPR they be having like some really nice. They be having some good hip hop tunes in the background between shows. I'm telling you, man, like real stuff, like what Ron would appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play some nice stuff. That's coming from overseas, right? That's not.
They got them local.
It's local,
Yeah.
U.S.
Oh, NPR.
Yeah.
The National Public Radio, they got like a whole bunch of local stations down here in South Florida. It's WLRN, and then you have WBUV in Boston. Then you got WSF up in Tampa. So they're all over the country, but it's National Public Radio, so pretty good platform.
Cool. It sounds like you know a whole lot about that. So, all right, let's get into it. Tell the
I
people
listen
about
to that
yourself.
stuff, man. I can't tell you Roddy Rich's next big song, bro.
Don't worry, we can't either. We not in that age bracket no more, bro. It doesn't happen.
For real, man.
I can't even tell you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I tell you the truth. Just like your man's last week, DJ Knots, when he was talking about, HGN, how y'all got that name. I was just like, yo, that is a really cool name, right? It almost sounds like HSN or like the Home Shopping Network. This is HGN. Get it right. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, thanks, my brother. Thank you. I'm glad people are really taking to the name. We like it.
Love it, man.
It's all
But
organic.
yeah, so I'm glad to be here with y'all brothers. I haven't seen you brothers in like a minute, but nonetheless, when y'all reached out to me to come on the show, I was like, yo, I gotta bless the show, because there's so much going on. And like, especially now, with some things I see happening, in the sport that I truly love and cherish, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about that background, but y'all introduced me as an entrepreneur. Basically, I got a DJ business, right? And that's pretty much it. It took me like a while to realize that that's really what I want to do, and I think that's something that, I know y'all got kids. I don't know what your kids are telling you or don't want to go to school or whatever, but, it's crazy. I was talking to this dude today, actually, and, we were talking about just life. And he asked me what degrees I have, because he's talking about work life. I was like, my first degree is architecture. My second degree is an MBA. And he's like, but dude, you're a DJ. I'm like, it's crazy, isn't it? You know, some people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you know, it's what really makes you happy in the end, or you know.
yeah, you know, it's like sometimes when you listen to like people who are dying on their deathbed, the last thing they talk about is how much money they made. They always talk about the relationship they had with people and the missed opportunities that they had with some people that they didn't have because they were too busy chasing that paper. So, you know, I'm gonna give you the advice before the show starts. Do what you love what you do. It won't ever feel like work.
One time for that. Yeah, but that's very true. I see a lot of people chasing.
Let my applause play out, bro. Let it play out.
A lot of people out there chasing titles and accolades, and then they end up getting those things and realizing that those things really don't mean nothing in the end. They still have a hole or something missing in their life. And
you know what I hate too, Black? Like people who have these jobs, right? And they're working for these multi-million-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies. And somebody takes a can of corned beef off the shelf and they chase him down in the parking lot with their $10 an hour wage. And guess what the company says to them at the end of that $10 chase?
Good job.
Yeah, the job. Guess what the company tells them after that?
Great job. I don't know.
You're
Thank
fired.
Attaboy.
Because you endangered people's lives.
Oh, yes. I've seen that scenario play out before in other fields there, where if you have to protect yourself and you end up doing something, you end up getting fired because it's not good for the company brand. So in the end, they're not really there for you.
No, they're not. But end of the day, man, just do what you love what you do. It will never feel like work. That's my mantra.
All right, my brother. Before you go, man, you said you have a DJ business, but I know you have a unique business. You're not like any regular DJ because you do game shows and amongst other things. So it's more than just DJing. It's a whole entertainment gambit type, you know, all inclusive. What is it? Break
it's a
some
whole
of that
entertainment
down.
thing. Like, you know, for example, and it's kind of weird how I got into DJing or this whole entertainment aspect, because, you know, while I was, you know, studying architecture at school in Florida International, I just started playing music as a way to supplement the money I didn't get from my scholarship. And it just became so natural and so easy. And now I shouldn't say that word easy. I picked it up. I had a knack for it. And once I went through the whole corporate America cycle, I realized that I didn't like going to work in a suit and tie every day. Even though when I DJ some type of events, I do dress that part. I particularly like the open, the outside, the what you call it, the I just love being free, you know, and going to a job every day never seemed that way. So even when my dad had a job, you know, he had a shift system. He would go some days from 7 till I think 5 in the evening. And then other days he worked like 11 at night till like 8 in the morning, whatever the shift was, right? Morning shift, mid shift, or late night shift. I just never liked the idea that he was gone so long during the day as a kid growing up. And I just always said to myself, I don't ever want to be in that situation, right? So when I actually ended up in that situation, working at various jobs from McDonald's to CarMax, I'm not by any chance, you know, giving a shout out to any one of those companies. I'm just saying I went through a process, you know, from being a bank teller to being a McDonald's store manager to being a car salesman, selling newspaper ads in New York. It's like, it was crazy. I just didn't like having to get up every day, bing, push the button, get up, drive to work. I'm not telling anybody to quit their jobs. Let me just make that statement. But I just know it wasn't for me. And then one day, when I got fired from a job, it's funny that, you know what happened that day? I'm gonna give you a true story about that day too. So I was living with my girlfriend at the time. We had like those cat fights, we were on rocky grounds, and she kicked me out her apartment. And that day, when she kicked me out of the apartment, I found me another spot to live. It was a nice to go. Somebody converted a garage into a bedroom. That's typical down here in Florida. And what happened is, I told myself, I'm gonna stay right here until I figure this out. Okay? Then the next day I go to work. Guess what happens to me?
You get fired.
I get fired.
Oh my God.
Right?
That's Florida for you, bro.
Bro, it's like, but I knew I was getting fired because I was an admissions advisor for one of these colleges, one of these online colleges. And the thing that got me was I'm in this job and I'm not particularly enrolling anyone. So my 90 days passed. And in the 90 days, I only enrolled one student. Now they say your job is not tied to how many people you enroll, but we know, please, come on. If I'm there to enroll people, I'm not enrolling people, I need to get out the job. That's what I was thinking too. But then the day before they fired me, the day my girlfriend kicked me out of the apartment, out of our house, they showed a video of Will Smith, and the guy was in several interviews, and the guy asked him, what if this doesn't work? Will says, this has to work. And the guy says, what about a plan B? There's no plan B because plan B takes you away from your plan A. And I was like, yo, that's mad knowledge right there, Sir Will Smith, summertime. So
here it is.
Yeah, he did. So after I got that situation, and I'm in a situation where I'm in a new apartment, I just pulled the last $400 out of my account to get a new rental place, right, to get this room. And let me tell you about this room. Like I said, it's a garage. The bed was like a day bed, right? It wasn't even a real bed. It was dirty. The lady was like, nah, let me clean it up. Give me a day or two. I'm like, lady, take the money. I need the place now. You know what I'm saying? There was no AC, and it was like summertime. No AC in South Florida. And I didn't give to, you know what I'm saying? I needed that room that night. I gave her the money, but life had it that I called my mans up. I was like, yo, I need help moving. He's like, yo, I'm off today. Things worked out. So I'm in this spot, and I said, I'm not going to move. And when I came back after getting fired, I sat in the room, and I was like, it's going to work out. And there was this guy, his name was Warren Chain. He was in New Jersey. He kept calling me the last 3-4 months, asking me to advertise through his company. But he was so convinced that his system was going to work. He was like, yo, I'll let you do it. I'll bank your website. I'll give you certain leads for free. I'll turn on the stuff for free for a good 3 weeks or a month. And if you're not satisfied, I'll let you go for free. I'll let you go. In that first month, I think I booked 8 parties through his system. And I say, you know what? This is it. So he was hounding me. And eventually when I got fired, I called him back and, I said, hey, let's press start on that stuff. And, that's really how it started. And it's been probably like 15, 16 years. And I remember one company had called me up to do Saturday Night Live. And I was doing trivia for another company. I said, hey, bump that Saturday Night Live stuff, man. It's a DJ stuff. Anybody could do that. Let's do trivia. I was so convinced that trivia would work. I did it for them for 1 year free.
Oh.
A whole year. And 15 years now running, they now have 5 restaurants, and I do all 5 restaurants.
Wow.
So,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on, you gotta get the applause.
I can give you an applause, too.
That's what's up, bro. That's real. That's real unique because most people just want to DJ and that's it. But you kind of twisted the game and created a lane when it wasn't there.
Yeah. And then the other thing too, I think we met in a dance hall, Jamaican dance hall. And I just got tired of that chasing promoters stuff, man. And I won't call no names like Dave Fredericks or Aubrey or
Hey, Aubrey's my guy, man.
No, Aubrey is the ultimate soul, okay?
He's still my guy,
now.
man.
The ultimate what? You cut out.
He wanted to cut out. He cut himself out. He bleeped himself.
I bleep myself, yo. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you what dude did, man. Dude had me chasing him for my money like for a week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this system. I'm done with it. Because y'all know my story already, you know what I'm saying? From the days with the big bad earthquake sounds and so forth. And I just got tired of it. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to use my MBA to my advantage. So I incorporated, right? I did an LLC, got a neat little name, Garrity Media Group. And I just started DJing, advertising, had someone help me with my HR stuff, my taxes and all that good stuff. So once I started building that business, I realized I could actually do this, right? So I'm doing the DJing thing and then I'm doing the trivia thing. And it's like, I still have a lot of time to myself. And that's just one thing I really love. I didn't have to give up all my time, you know? So that's why I really got out that dancehall business, because I would still be working at UPS or something and DJing on the weekends. And I don't want that, you know? To me, if what you're doing is not your main income, it's not what you're doing. I don't know if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, where your main income is what you're actually doing. That's how I look at it. So if you're making $1,000 a week working at UPS, but on a weekend, ever so often you get $200 or $300, you're not a DJ. You're a weekend DJ. You know, you wouldn't do a weekend plumbing if you're a doctor, would you? No, doesn't make sense. But I know there's a lot to talk about, man. I don't know what's my timeline here, because, you know.
Well, only timeline we really got is Zoom likes to kick us out after 45 minutes, so we kind of take breaks and
Well, you
come
got
back.
3 people on.
Yeah, so but you
You got
on
20 people on the Zoom.
you in the Zoom, but you know we still in the live stream, so we can see you on. They see you on Mixcloud.
Oh, word.
So
Shout out to people at Mixcloud. Bricklayers in the building.
It's all connected, bro. It's all connected. So we got Instagram live going
Instagram
on.
too.
We got a few different
IG?
platforms going on. We
Yeah.
got it all hooked up here.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even know how to use. I have this IG, but I just don't know. I need a social media manager, because the only thing I want is Facebook, and I hear Facebook is for old people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All you gotta do is incorporate your photographer. I know you got your own photographer for your media group.
Nah,
Right?
he ain't. My own photographer is my phone right now. He ain't the one that I used to use. He's not so reliable. Plus, he's all the way like an hour away from me, so
Hey, man.
can't really mess with him like that no more.
We're in a
But
time where a good phone will get the job done. You don't need a high-tech
Yep.
camera no more. The playing field has been level.
yeah, the playing field has been leveled. But you know what it is? You have to know service levels as well. You know, not because you have the equipment means you are. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody who has a DJ software is a DJ. Not everyone who has a laptop is a DJ. Not everybody who has a phone is a phone user.
Hey, that's just like everybody with Pro Tools.
You know,
We've been going through that
just
for a
not-
long
You got to
time.
know what you're doing.
We learned that lesson a long time ago. It's not what
And
you.
not because you could drive fast means you're a NASCAR driver. You're just gonna get tickets on I-95. That's all.
Of course.
You know, but some interesting things to talk about, guys. Whew, where do I even start, man?
Let's get into your coaching background, man, because I'm interested in putting my kid in track. What age group do you actually coach?
I'm into high school kids, man. That's who I like to mold and develop. How old is your kid?
He's 6.
6. All right. I don't like kids at that age in organized sports, right? At that age, I think they should just be running around, playing in the dirt, jumping on the swings, breaking an arm, all that stuff, right? Because it's too many kids that do sports at that level. They get all these awards, even when they finish dead last.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different thing. That's a
Participation.
whole nother show right there. That's a whole nother show.
Right? They also can get burnt out by the time they get to high school because they've been doing it so long, and they're just tired of it. They're just tired of you telling them they're on a schedule, right? So to me, let them naturally progress with from a fun base. For example, me, I didn't start sports till I was 14, right? And it seems kind of crazy that I started so late because I turned out to be decent. I wasn't great. I wasn't an Olympian, but I was decent at it. You know, I had a nice little college career. That's it, right? High school and college career. That's about it. But I don't too like when parents get too crazy at that age too. Some of them trying to be living through the kids' age, through the kids themselves. And I think that's just wrong because you're not really developing the child for the child's development. So every time a kid comes around who's like 8 years old and runs like a super fast time, oh my God, he's a mixed boat. I'm like, yawn, whatever. Seen that before.
What's that kid on YouTube? Blaze? Isn't it a little kid that was on YouTube that was setting some records? A 7-year-old?
Did he have dreads? A little black kid
Yeah,
with dreads?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not impressed because I see it. It's happened so many times over and over and over. And when you're developing kids, you have to develop them from a fun standpoint, right? Once they get to middle school age, right? That's a good start. Maybe when they're about 10, you could start getting them into something more organized. But before that, like 6, 7, you know, what they call like pee-wee football and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, my kid plays soccer, man. It's organized, but it's fun. And they not stressing them, but they giving them the basics.
Right, that is a good fun activity
as
too.
they go. So, you know.
Because they just running around kicking that ball. They don't
It
care.
all depends, man, because, you know, the light switch turn on at any moment. You could start at 10, 15, and one day it just might not be for you, and you don't want to do it no more.
Right, that
So,
too.
But what was your event before you go any further? You look like an 800
my
meter
event,
runner.
Track and field ended up being the 400 meter hurdles.
I was gonna give you the 800 because you
What?
the 800. You look like an 800 meter runner.
Nah, bro, I do not look like an 800 meter runner. I don't even look like a runner right now. I look more like a shot put player right now, a shot put thrower right now. You know, but I actually started off running track. I ran the 400 meters the first time I ran track in Jamaica, in like the championships. That was 1988.
Hey,
Yeah,
Put a
88
date on
champs. It was 88 champs. There were two guys in my classroom, Andrew Forbes and Everton Bryan. We got into an argument when I was in the third form, which is 9th grade in America. So the argument was because we start in grade 7 in Jamaica and go to grade 12, and then after grade 11, and then after that you have optional grade 12 and 13. So you could literally spend 7 years in high school, all right, in Jamaica. But I know cats who spent 9 years in high school in Jamaica. Well, I'll tell you about that.
Don't
You'd be
worry.
like, 9 years in high school? What?
I understand. We used to have them all the time. Them basketball players, they'd come back to school and never graduate. The coach would keep bringing them back, trying to get them a scholarship.
Bro, I had a kid. There was one kid who graduated in grade 11, went to a community college, and then came back to grade 12.
Wow.
Yo,
my
it's
coach
serious
tried
like
to
that,
get me
bro.
to come back. I said, come back, what? And do this again? No, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's when my track career ended right there.
And then there was another kid who repeated grade 11, then went to 12th grade, and then repeated the 12th grade, and then went to the 13th grade. So you had 6 years between 7 and 11, and then you had 3 years in 12 and 13. That's 9 years in high school, bro. It's crazy. I did 8. I ain't gonna lie, I did 8.
Professional high school.
Professional high schooler. We're gonna talk about that mentality though in a second. But so that's how I got involved in track. And the worst thing about it is, or the funniest thing about it is, I was always considered unathletic by so many of my peers, even my cousins growing up. Like Skilo said, always last to get picked or sometimes never get picked at all.
Yeah.
That was me. And I think the most embarrassing moment, just think intramural soccer. This is like my class versus your class, right? We ain't talking about school versus school. Grade 7, your class versus my class, intramural soccer. And they were short a dude, right? The player was Marlon Henry. He was a really good player. And he did not show up on time. So the way the school is set up, where the field is, where they play soccer, you could see the main road where the bus stop is. So what happened was, I was like, yo, put me in, son. So reluctantly, they were like, all right, come on. So me and my exuberant self jumped onto the field in my shorts and my sneakers, ready to play ball, right? And the referee, one of the PE teachers came to and was like, ready to get the game started. Someone did this. Wait, Marlon, just come off of the bus. Yo, Vaughn, come off for the field. Come off for the field. I didn't even get to play, bro.
Oh my goodness.
And that was it, man. And then when they did the whole track and field thing, the first day of practice, because I was like, dude, the only reason I'm doing track is to prove a bet to these two guys, Andrew and Everton. So as I'm going through the season, my first day, I got to practice late. And so coach was like, oh, just catch those guys you see running down there. And I looked down and I saw them running. And I was like, all right, let's go. So I started running. I didn't know how far they were going to go, where they were going to go. But all I know is when coach said, follow those guys, when I started running, I saw the feet of the last person turn that corner. So I was like, okay, I gotta catch him. So I'm running. And every time I get to a spot, I see them turn a corner. It's the last two guys I see turn the corner. And I'm like, why am I not catching them? Because I'm running, but I forgot they're running too, right? So I keep running. And I ended up running probably like 5 miles that day. I was so tired when I came back, but I never had no clue because they did this thing called the Queen Hill Run, right? You go down, if you're from Jamaica, you know what I'm talking about, but from the area, you go down to Washington Boulevard, you make that right by, I don't remember the name of that road right now, Hugh and Den or something, and you go up, you see a bridge, you go across the bridge, and then you make a right turn, and you just pick all right turns, right? And that's how I did it the first day. I felt tired, winded, everything. I wanted to pass out.
You didn't throw up?
No, I didn't throw up. I just felt like I needed my mama. You know what I'm saying? So, I told my parents I'm on the track team. I'm joining the track team, and they were looking at me like,
whatever.
All right, dude, I don't know about that, but try it.
Caribbean parents, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So they supported me nonetheless, and I went through the season. I actually made it to the championships. I scored 1 point at the championships for my team, which is really big. It was a big deal to be in the final. I didn't realize it. To me, I was just running, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was done with that bet, because the bet with these two guys was like, the only reason why you're not, you're so good in the classroom is because you're not doing any sports for the school. So the whole bet was see if I could actually run and keep my grades up, which I actually did. So, egg on their face, right? And ever since then, in the summer of that year, the coach, Herb McKinley, who passed away, I think back in 2008, he said to me, he came to the house and I was like, yo, why is this guy in my house? And he says he came to see my mother. I was like, dude, you're not going to try to get in my mom's drawers, bro. So, right? Right? Because, that's my coach right there. We know Coach. So Coach is like, he just wanted to talk to me because he wants me to come back the next year. I was like, me? Come back the next year? Please, dude, stop trying to blow smoke up my, you know what I'm saying? But my mom said, if he wants to go, it's fine. And I went by the next year. I've said to myself, I'm never running again because it's so hard. But this love affair just evolved. And I've been in that sport since 1988. Actually, I was a student of that sport since 1978 because I have a scrapbook of people like Edwin Moses, Carl Lewis, Raymond Stewart, Bert Cameron, Merlin Otte. I have a scrapbook to this day. I still have that scrapbook. And the funny thing is, on the front of that scrapbook, it says Calabar High School, the #1 high school. Before I knew where Calabar was or what Calabar was, I knew I was going to go to that school. And that's the school I ended up going to, being coached by Herb McKinley, who's also an old boy of Calabar High School. And that's how that relationship really started. So it's a whirlwind, man. You put things in your mind and they actually happen. So that's how I got started in track and field. And now at this level, since I'm not competing anymore, I coach. And the thing I get from coaching is just the satisfaction of seeing kids develop, see some of them go off on scholarships. And, I actually mentor some of them who I coach and some who I don't coach. I mentor, show them how to get scholarships through a program that I call the Road to Champs Scholarship Series. And it's been going on like 3 years now, 3-4 years. And I make it clear that I can't promise them a scholarship, but sometimes just to give them the information to get the ball rolling. That's what I do for them. So I feel very proud of that. A couple kids on scholarship right now. One of them just won his conference 200 meters. Another one won his high jump. And even if you're not winning events, once you get that degree, you get that experience, I'm a happy dude, man.
So you coach multiple events, not just track, like just not races and stuff. You coach other events,
like the field events.
Yes, like you just mentioned
coach
high
mainly
jump.
The track events.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a team?
I coach mainly the track events. I have coaches for the throws, coaches for the jumps, but I coach mainly the track sprints and the relays. That's my specialty.
Do you have a team?
Even though I was a hurdler, I
said, do you have a team?
Yeah, the team I coach is Westminster Academy in Fort Lauderdale. I'm actually the program director. So, just running that program. And I've been in that program 6 years, going on 7. But I heard I get fired. So But what I do at the school is, since I've been there, we won a state title. We won a Florida state title. It's actually 4 years. That first 4 years, I won a state title. The second year, but we've won districts, regionals on several times. But the state title is always the hardest one. So we've only got that one time, and then I finally got a girls team this year that actually made it to the state finals, and they made the podium, which is a big deal. To be on the podium to get medals, it's a big deal for those girls, man.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations, man, for making that happen.
Always. So you have your team. How many people would you say is on your team? Like, and how do you get on the team? You have to go to that school to get on the team, or you have students from outside of that school that can join your team, your track club or squad?
Well, the way Florida is set up, it's primarily the team is made up of students that go to the school. But if you're at a school that doesn't have the sport, you're allowed to choose a school to compete for. And we're a private school, so we will take them. But the only thing with us, we're going to ask you to do 2 classes with us. So you got to spend a little money with us. Come on now. So that's how they do it. But the majority of the team is from within the team. The biggest the team has been is about 20 athletes, which was 2016, 2017. This year, post-COVID, we got as much as 10 kids out, but we only ended up with like 6. So it is what it is with COVID. Some teams are big, like Miami Northwestern. They're a big team, and they actually won the girls section of the state title this year.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did you get this position?
I applied.
Oh.
No, like for real though, it's like I was at University School in Davie for about 5 or 6 years prior as the head coach there, and but we didn't have a track there. So when Westminster came along, they had a track. Their program was needing a coach for, the coach in Vegas, it was from like August all the way through to January when the season started. And I guess they got desperate when I applied, because I applied the job like the Thursday. By the Monday, I was coaching. There was no, the formalities, like somebody would say, you build it while you fly. It was kind of like that. And somehow I still managed to get the team to win to win districts and finish second in regionals or fourth in regionals, but we never did good in states. And in the following year now, we swept the whole thing, regional districts, regionals, and states. So that's how I got that job.
Okay.
Track is tough, though. That never interfere with your DJing, because that's a lot of training, man. It's like, at least 4 or 5 days a week, right?
Yeah, the good thing is with private school kids, a lot of them will just choose days they don't want to come. So once I figured out their schedule, I took those days off too. So we, and the other thing too is, but the hardest part, you're right. The hardest part is their season runs concurrent to one of the busiest seasons for DJing. One of the busiest seasons for DJing is like February through like April or May. And with them, their season's from January to the last week or first week of May. So last week of April, first week of May. So that's always been a challenge. There's days when I'm finishing up a track meet, then I have to hurry up and get home, change, and go to a party or pay somebody else to do the party or hack somebody to set up for me. But I make it work, man. It's just one part of the season. It's like 3 months out of the year. It's just like, tuck down and get it done.
Cool. How you feel about the Olympics coming up?
Woo. Is it happening? I don't know if it's going to happen, man. I still have my doubts about it, but one of the things, as you mentioned the Olympics, there's a lot of kids in Jamaica who are running fast right now, right? And they just had their champs. And sometimes they're running so fast, people think that they're automatically going to make it to the Olympics. But the truth is they're not going to make it to the Olympics. But in terms of Jamaica's outlook, we'll be lucky if we win 3 or 4 medals. I just don't see Jamaica having a strong presence this year since Bolt is out, since Yohan Blake doesn't look so great, since Safa still a little rocky, but, he's up there still. But we don't have that firepower right now, to be very honest. We just don't have it. So it's gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna happen, but in terms of Jamaica's performance, may not be that great.
Those are some legendary names, though. But who you see is like some new faces coming up. Who's gonna? You got your eye on the next boat. Do you know what's out there? Who we should be looking out for?
I mean, from Jamaica, I don't see anyone, to be quite honest.
Anywhere you
Anywhere
like.
in the world. You got Noah Lyles. He's won the last World Championships. Trayvon Bromell, he's a U.S. athlete. He's coming back from an injury. Then there's a kid over in University of Houston. His name is long. His name is a very long name, and he's from South Africa. I think he's a good sprinter. The world record holder in the 400 meters, Wade Van Niekerk, he's looking good. But your boy Steven Gardner, man, Black, I don't know what happened to him the other day. He was running a meet last Wednesday, and he just fell like 30 meters to the line.
It happens sometime, I guess.
And he was running really well because the guy who ended up winning ran 44.3, and Steven was definitely like daylights ahead of him. So Steven was on a serious pace. I just don't know what happened to Steven. The last 30 meters, he just bloop, went to the ground. I don't know what happened. Somebody tripped him or something. But Steven is going to do well if you recover. Hopefully the fall was not something serious.
How you feel about my girl Shawnee? You think Felix could come back and get that medal from her?
Who?
Allison Felix.
Man.
Think she's done?
I'm calling Shawnee all the way on this one.
The blue, the gold, and the black, buddy.
The only problem is, though, she's going to have to face this young, fiery American sensation named Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh, that girl is tough.
Yo, I love that chick, man. She has
that girl is
heart
tough.
Of a champion. I love that chick.
Yeah, them girls with them blue hair, they be carrying on, man. How you feel about what's that hurdler? What's her name? Sydney McLaughlin?
Oh, Sydney, superb. She has a future ahead of her that's like, she's going to be a model. She's going to be a rep. She's going to be so many things. It's not even funny. And the thing and this is one of the things too. The thing I like about Sydney, when she was 16, she made it to the Olympics, and I think she made it to the semifinal. And she still went back to high school, still went to college, became the college champion, waited another year, and then came out of college and went pro. What happens is, in Jamaica, because I know we got to talk about this gun culture thing. What happens in Jamaica is that kids will run fast, and everybody puts them on this pedestal that they're the next this, the next that, the next this, the next that, and think that the time they ran in high school to beat those kids in high school is good enough for them to go to the Olympics and officially be on all of a sudden be on the podium. And the reality is, it doesn't work like that. But they don't want to listen and do the right thing. There's a kid named Grant Holloway from the U.S. He won his state title in coming out of high school. He went to college. He set a record in college, several records actually in college. He was also on the world record 4x400 meter indoor team for University of Florida. He stays all the way till junior or senior season, right? And at the end of his final race in college, he did this, right? Make the phone call, and he got a serious contract. What would have happened to a kid like that in Jamaica? He would have left high school thinking that he's the greatest. And then nothing happens. Doesn't get a college degree, doesn't have a contract, because after 3-4 years, the contract is up for renewal and they drop you. And you don't have a way of developing yourself after that, so you just go get a regular job, which is fine. But what I warn kids against is believing in the hype that's created around them because of the high school champs in Jamaica. The high school champs in Jamaica is so riveted, and it's so influential in the kids' lives and in the society, that they emulate stuff they see in the society. They win a race, they'll give the gun signal over to the side, and that's a part of where we're going to lead into this gun culture thing, because it's this year in particular. You have this one kid. His name is Antonio Watson. Let me see. I think I have a picture of him. I'm gonna try to share that screen real quick, right?
It'll be a first. Let's see how. Let's try it out. What you say? Build it while you fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
right. So y'all can see that, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So at the championships, he does this. Now, I'm going to show you something else. He actually did this in 2019. That's the same guy right there in the front in 2019, the same left hand coming again in 2021.
So he trying to trademark that.
So now there's a big talk in Jamaica. Huh?
So it looked like he trying to create his own
What was that,
trademark.
Black?
I said it looks like he's trying to create his own trademark. Like Usain Bolt had the
something.
lightning bolt. This want to be his thing. When he win, he put the
He
gun
might
to
be
your
trying to create
head.
his own trademark. What was that?
I was saying, like Usain Bolt, this is his thing. When he wins, he's putting up this gun sign to you, but it's going to get him kicked out of the sport, probably.
I don't think it will get him kicked out of the sport. That's really not necessary. But if you look at this here, this is Bolt before his race. But if you notice, Bolt only has one finger, not two, like this kid. One finger, right? One finger is pointing. Two finger is the gun. Wrong or right? But
Yes.
the difference is, like this other kid here, he shoots into the crowd. He does not shoot his competitor like this guy,
I got you.
right? So it's not the same that people are going to say it's the same. It's very different. But then we wonder, where is this kid getting this from? Why does Jamaica? Because you always hear the man say, "Yo, man, I bust a shot." There was even a club down here in South Florida that every weekend somebody gets shot. Remember that club off Oakland and University? What was it called? Peppers?
Oh, Peppers. I used to play at Peppers.
Yeah. Come on, Ron. Wasn't that where that girl, Stephen Henry, got disappeared?
Yeah, that's where that girl. Yeah, they never
From
they
New
still-
York, yeah.
Still never.
So that
find
club
her.
has a reputation for some violent behavior when the Jamaicans have a party there. You know, I was in a party down in Pembroke Pines once. Bounty Killer was there, and Bounty Killer was up there, and he started his thing. When he started his thing, I thought I heard firecrackers. Then the crowd started to move, and you realize it was not firecrackers. Right? But where do we get this culture from with the gun violence? You
That's
know,
a long-running
and I'm not going to
thing.
blame young Antonio Watson for any crime or anything that happens in Jamaica, right? But I do believe that if you did this in 2019, it should have been addressed with your school. Mind you, the ISA, the body that governs the sport in Jamaica, sporting in Jamaica, actually gave some vague thing about, you know, sportsmanlike conduct, but never got specific with what can and cannot happen. So you find that Watson does this in 2019, comes back in 2021. Then it's a big uproar with everybody, and we're referencing Bolt as well, right? So if you did not address it in 2019, if his parents, his school, I'm pretty sure he goes to a church somewhere because everybody goes to church in Jamaica, even the gunman. That no one said anything to him. I think that's where we failed him, right? But here's a problem now. In 2021, he's turned 20 in September. He's also a world youth champion and a youth Olympic silver medalist. So you're a world level medalist, gold and silver, and you're at a high school meet at age 20 carrying on like this. That is the part I get problem with. That is the part I don't understand. That's like inviting Luther Vandross to your karaoke bar and he wins and he's busting shots. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a kid like this, one, should not still be in high school. I don't care who says you can't make up his mind for him. I know I can't. But the point is, you're a world-class athlete already. You need to move on to the next level. Get out of high school. That's the first thing. But then we wonder where the gun culture comes from, and it's definitely not him. He's just seen the back end of the last 30 plus years, maybe 40 years. Because if you go back to something like 1972, Jimmy Cliff has a song that's called The Harder They Come.
Don't F with me. That's my favorite scene. When he cut
Right?
that guy.
And Jimmy Cliff, what was Jimmy Cliff's role in that movie, Black? Because it's not like you watched it.
Yeah, I can't remember it that good. Was he the
He was a
gunman?
gangster.
He was a gangster trying to Who was trying to press up that record? I can't remember how to go.
Right. He was a gangster. So if you have this dude who's a gangster being portrayed in Hollywood movies, and he's a big timer, then coming off of that 8 years later, what happens? Jamaica gets caught up in an election in 1980 where 800 and something people died during that election. It was a very bloody election, right? Because somewhere along the line, the drug cartels and the guns and everything started mixing, and it became politicized. After that happened, they used the dons in the area for political purposes, for drug purposes, and it just becomes a way of life that starts spreading around. Because there's a point in the 80s going up into the 90s where you had posses. Remember they called it Jamaican posses?
Yeah.
They were moving marijuana, they were moving coke, they were moving illegal guns. Even to this day, Jamaica police stats report that there are about 200 illegal firearms coming into the country every day. And that did not slow down during the pandemic. Think about that. In Jamaica right now, there's over 45,000 illegal firearms, 200 coming in every month. In 2005, Jamaica was the murder capital of the world per capita. A country with like 2.5 million people. How does that country beat America per capita as the murder capital? That's troubling. But all that is coming from the fascination. We had cowboy movies, Cowboy and Indian. You know, we had those police shows that glorify the gun violence. And I'm telling you, if you don't have people with sense monitoring these things, it is going to permeate into a society where the government does not give them opportunities.
Hey, brother.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to come back to the main screen?
Oh,
so we can see
I
you?
forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot I was sharing that screen.
And what I would like to see is, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like it's kind of a mixed message with the guns, because like when we in the dance and we hear music, we all do that gun salute, gunshot, make these noise, but it's more in a gesture of, you know, a salutation, like a 21 gun salute type thing. It's not in a negative way. So, and that's kind of that's all I ever know with dancehall, from back to the sound clashes, you know, people in busting gunshot, that's where we get it from. So, you know.
But again, a lot of those gestures, right, even in a clash, was never, I can't recall in any clash that I've seen where one selector walks up to the next one and does this. You might stay across your side and shoot towards him, right? So, boy, you're dead now. And you play the bounty killer. Boy, you're dead this time. Right? But you never, in a race, in athletic competition, have I seen this type of behavior. But he's only mimicking what he's seen. He's only mimicking an action that he was never corrected and taught to embrace in terms of sportsmanlike conduct. Because back in 1998, there's a kid named Garth Robinson. He wins the 100 meters at the Jamaica trials. Same track and field. He does not shake the competitor's hands at all. He just walks off and in his win. A doctor named Dr. Agra Irons comes to him and says, bro, you need to shake these people's hands because that's unsportsmanlike conduct. So if you can address somebody not shaking hands, he never shot them, he never danced, he never did any of that. But the doctor, who was the official team doctor, needed to speak to Garth about his behavior, quote unquote. And we haven't fully addressed this kid since 2019. That's because, like you said in the dancehall, it's a part of it. But I'm not going to blame dancehall for Jamaica's gun violence. That is rooted in poverty. That is rooted in the association between drug cartels, dons, and the Jamaican political scene. So I'm never going to blame the kids for that. They're just mimicking what they see. And Jamaica's relationship with guns is different from America. Gun violence in America is still a problem, but we have in America mass shootings. That never happened in Jamaica. I don't think anybody ever just walk into a mall and just start shooting up the place. It's always one-on-one and gang warfare because it's tied to something. And that's the bond that needs to be broken. That poverty bond, that drug bond, that marijuana bond, that illegal activity bond, that's what needs to be broken. But it only can be broken if the politics addresses it. If politics does not address it, we're going to have a continuation of this. And how politics addresses it, provide opportunity. Pick up Buju Banton's song. Buju Banton has a song named Opportunity. Right? They remember what rhythm it's on. But if the youth do not have much opportunity, then Bounty Killer said poor people fed up because the system shake up. Right? These are the cries of the people that's not being addressed by the government. And that's my take on it. So again, I'm never going to blame Antonio. If Antonio was an athlete who I mentored, I would have definitely been on that WhatsApp call right after he crossed the finish line. But that has not happened. You know, because the day before, that same kid running so fast, he started gearing down like he's in a race with cars because he's so far ahead. But again, bro, you're a senior athlete running against kids. There's no need to showboat. Just run, win, walk off, go back to your coach's stable. That's it. That's how I view it.
I understand. We live in a time where everybody want to be seen too, want to make a statement, want to be, you know, do
Think
something.
about it.
Do
Cuomo
something
has a place called the
shocking.
Gaza. And y'all know about the Gaza, the real Gaza over there in where Jerusalem or Palestine, wherever it's at, right? Where the Israels and the Israelites and the Palestinians are fighting for like the last 100,000 years. Yeah, places in Jamaica that have taken on those names because of the proliferation of guns, drugs, and political affiliation. Jamaica don't make no guns. I can't even, if I'm bringing a laptop, I got to give them like mad excuse as to why I'm bringing a laptop. And you're telling me so many guns get in the country? How that happen?
Money.
Like Mad Cabra said, when the police pull over the car and the weed in the car, him say, how them know how much pound? How them know? Come on, man. That's what we're seeing from the kids is bigger than their celebratory. And you're right. The 21 gun salute is a part of celebration. The U.S. military flies over every time. I mean, they don't drop bombs or anything, but you know, it does correlate to guns and stuff. But you know, it's just a fashion that Jamaica's had because of what's been happening in the inner city.
And so we're speaking about the gun problem in Jamaica, right?
Right, the gun problem in Jamaica. It's just a fascination, man, because we saw it in Hollywood. We saw it with the 80 election. We saw where guns just coming into the country, and it just is what it is, man. But it has to be addressed, not from the athlete per se. I mean, you have to address him on a personal level, but you can't because people are putting, Jamaica's gun violence problems on him. I'm like, dude, it's just not him. He's not the problem here. He's just mimicking what he sees, so that's my take.
So like, the American government was influential in putting crack into the black neighborhoods. Would you say the Jamaican government has any influence of getting the guns in these poor areas in Jamaica?
I think that goes without saying, because how is all these guns going to get in the country? You tell me, how is they going to get in the country?
Somebody taking a cut and turning a blind eye.
Exactly. That's
the same in every country. The people at the top, it's the
all
same
these
thing.
problems that we see doesn't start with the man at the bottom. It's the people at the top.
It's the same thing here. Like when you see these videos of police with this excessive brutality, chasing people over the simplest things that people are losing their life for. Meanwhile, these high crimes are going on with billions of dollars and things and moving and drugs and guns. But they out here, putting so much energy into these little misdemeanors, these little traffic stops. It's like, bro, really? You really want to get this guy?
That's a whole nother topic.
For a fake 20, you really got to go through this extent of the law? Come on, man.
Yeah. Like why you got to pull your gun because somebody's driving away from you? Is your ego that hurt? You know what I'm saying? You know the license plate. You know, they solve mysteries in 48 hours. A body turns up somewhere, and the cops, the FBI, whoever it is that's on the case, could solve it in 48 hours. You stop somebody, you see the license plate, you have a copy of the driver's license, you ran it, and they decided to speed off. If they could solve a 48-hour mystery based on two people saying, I heard a shot at 4 o'clock, I saw a black car leaving at 2, and they added up, boom. Y'all got the person's information. Come on, man. It's too much. That's a whole nother thing, yo. There's a whole nother thing right there that get me upset. But anyhow.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing there. So what else can we get into? We've been having a little streaming difficulty for those people out there in Mixcloud. It's getting that little red dot.
Yeah, I heard about the red dot from last week.
Red square. Like Spraga say, red square.
Red square.
We by green now, so we good. I think we stopped the stream and started over. So what else we can get into? We know the gun culture. Where do you see this going, and where do you see the solutions? You know, what can we really do? Because it's such a big problem.
The problems are so huge, and then again now, you have kids that are glorifying, you know, negative behavior because no one is really addressing it. Because there was a time where if you reprimanded somebody's kid, then that person's come after you. Mm-hmm. So we have to wash that out. I'm not talking about people who abuse your kids. It's a whole different thing, right? But, you know, you don't want to say anything to a kid nowadays who you see them doing something bad on the street because you don't know if they packing. You don't know what kind of lifestyle they have at home.
Very true.
You know, so you just turn a blind eye, like, you know, and that's a sad reality that we actually live in. So, you know, just find your spot, stay in your lane, and, you know, keep your life safe. That's my best advice. But it really starts at the top. Until the people at the top get serious about stopping these things, it's never gonna stop. I mean, look at the difference how USA addressed drugs of the 80s to drugs of 2000s.
Yep.
It's a whole different thing. Once their group started getting affected, then it's a whole different type of a problem. When it only affected us, it was, blah, 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 bad people, bad people.
Lock them up.
Yeah, lock them up. But now you have
Little Timmy.
Marijuana companies, growers, everything is legal now. If somebody takes too much, I don't even know the drugs that they take, but they have places where you could go get a stick in, you know, something in your arm to. They
call it opioids. What is opioid? I don't even know what that is. What is
I don't even know. You know, you got stuff that could make you feel better in like 20 minutes. Yeah, you know, the solution was not to lock you up as they did with us in back. And I didn't understand these things coming to Jamaica. It's actually started living in this experience that I realized it. But I'm glad I saw it, so I got both perspectives because I used to just think that black people are bad in America. Like, you guys are bad. You're a very, very bad man. You know, until I came here, I started being a very bad person too, quote unquote. You know, I think when I came to America, I realized I was black. I didn't know I was black. I was just a dude, man. I was a guy in Jamaica. But when I came here, you black like me.
That's very true.
But anyway, fellas, I mean, I hope I added some good content and you know, gave you guys something to work with. You know, trust me, man. It's
where you disappeared to,
no
bro?
problem right now. It's so different. Huh?
So you disappeared off the screen. Where are you? Oh, that's me.
I'm still here.
No, that was me. I'm trying to fix this little red dot. No, we good, brother.
See, that's why the show is called Here Goes Nothing, man. I love it.
This stuff happens. We're going to probably need a tech to just come analyze our system and see why we keep having these streaming issues. 'Cause everything looks good, but something goes bad. Anyhow.
We got a comment from our good friend DJ Dave Jordan.
Dave Jordan on the line. Shout out to Dave Jordan.
Look up yourself, Mr. Jordan. And when he says gun violence is so intertwined with money and drugs that we will never stop the evil that people do. We can try, but that's a hole we probably will never be able to fill.
You know that the meme says facts? That's facts. It ain't the small people, man. It's the big people at the top that causes this, man. And then they say, look at them, they're fighting against each other. But it's you, because that whole trickle down economics is a lie. It actually trickles up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even trickle up. It's pushed up. It's not even a trickle.
Yeah.
Corporate America, man. I can't stand it. I guess that's why it's called cooperation, because you have to cooperate. Anyhow.
Yes, sir.
What? Is it wrong or right, Bridget? Wrong or right?
You're 100% right in that regards. Let me see. Do we have any other thing going on? Any other questions? Nope. No, you? Ron, you got some questions? What else you want to get into?
Talking to you, Garrity.
Said like you don't know.
I'm talking to you.
He talking to you.
I can't see my screen right now.
Oh, you can't see the screen?
I mean, with that little
Well, Ron, let me ask you
instructional
something,
thing
Ron,
you gave
because
me.
you
Let's
be
see.
posting some crazy stuff on Facebook, especially that Batman meme where you smack somebody about boom bap nation Mondays.
Yeah.
What's up with that, man?
What about it?
Yeah.
What about it? What do you mean?
Those memes, where you get them from? Who puts that lyrics together for you?
I make those.
Man, you should be a writer, bro. You should go write for Trevor Noah or somebody like that.
Yeah, I write all my memes.
I like them, man. They're so hilarious.
I just don't put my name on it because I don't want it ever coming back to me. Say, hey, Ron did this, some of those stuff.
You gotta own up to it, bro.
That's it. You gotta own your truth, bro. Hey.
Stand on your truth, bro. Stand on it. Like,
I tell you,
stand
man.
high. Like, yo, I did it.
Can't
So
be
what?
afraid to be the bad guy, man.
But this is
In this
why I
life,
keep.
you get nothing if you're good. If you're in the middle, you
Listen.
got to be really, really bad or really, really good.
And this is why I
But you
keep
can't
getting.
be in the middle.
Why I keep getting banned off Facebook. You know.
That's a whole nother jail, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, but I gave up on that. They banned. I mean, I'm banned for 30 days, and then just yesterday, they pulled up a post from last year, and now I'm banned for an additional 30 days.
Oh, they be coming at you hard.
Yeah, well,
They
maybe
know
once,
you personally.
once you on their list,
Wow.
that's it.
I'm not.
You want to get on their list? Say anything about Israel. Say something about Israel, you will be on their list. Provide them with facts, you will be on their list. They go back in time and try to find everything you posted to give you more days.
Wow.
Sound like you and Buster should
I don't understand
start
that
a
fight between
podcast
Israel and
about being
Palestine.
banned.
I don't know. I
You don't know?
I just
Well,
never understood it my whole life.
It's not a fair issue, but that's a whole different topic, and I don't want to get into that.
Can
It's
they-
I
just-
remember a comedian said, how bad is it that this dude has a rock and he's trying to fight somebody in a cannon?
It's very bad. It's very bad. But American media wants you to see the wrong thing. They want you to think that these people are terrorists when it's absolutely the other way around. But you can't tell anybody that. Especially you can't tell an American. You can't.
Like I say less, son, say less.
Yeah, can't say no more before they find some way on Mixcloud to ban us. You know?
Wow. Then we got to go
That's
to
that
an
red- that's that red dot right
underground
there. You see
podcast, and you should start a podcast for everybody that's been banned, and start a kind of a group, a collective of everybody.
Well, you was
that's been
banned for
banned, like an AA group, like
Yeah.
and do a whole show on that. Why were you banned, son?
Yo.
How are you banned? Tell me why you was banned, son. Tell me why.
Oh man, between you,
Anyway, fellas.
Buster.
What? You paid him $5 to block me? Dave Jordan, he paid $5 to block me.
So that now we know who's
Ron,
been,
you know what you should do?
now
You
we know
should
who's
start
been
GoFundMe
reporting
and get out of jail.
your content. Somebody's been reporting your
Ron?
content, man. When
Huh?
you're on your
What'd
friend
you say,
list.
Garrity?
I'm saying you should start a GoFundMe to get out of jail.
Yeah, but that would be nice, but I don't think Zuckerberg's gonna do that.
You might be able to get some money, man. Hey, if these other terrorists could get donations and money, the right group,
But it's not gonna take me out of FB jail, you know.
you know.
Yo, I heard that
Facebook is on the clock.
pipeline. They had to pay like $5 million in ransom.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
You mean
that's
for,
what I heard.
For the gas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they did pay the ransom. They paid
Who did that?
the gas that was hijacked, the pipeline. or
Oh,
whatever.
word?
They paid a ransom.
Wow. Who did that though? Was it Russia?
We never know.
All I know it
until
wasn't me.
gas go up again.
They got to recoup that $5 million. They got to.
And you see people putting gas in McDonald's cups.
People did that?
Man,
And plastic shopping bags.
Hey,
Yo,
the
that's
words
crazy.
"stupid Americans" never ring so true, man. You see some of the pictures of what people out here be doing.
Yeah.
We really
Yo,
are some
I saw
ignorant
that
people.
though. I peeped the lady with a scandal bag. I also peeped some people, like one dude had, you know, this the big containers guys used to do car wash.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I see one dude like. Then I see some people putting it in like totes. You know, the tote where you store your soccer ball and stuff. I'm like, how you gonna get the gas out, lady? Did you even think about that? Do you have a pump at home?
Hey, people really believe we're gonna be in some kind of Walking Dead scenario, man, where you out there and it's just everything is shut down.
Yeah.
And you just scavenging, and we going back to some kind of
You know how to
scavenger
siphon the
type
gas out the
life.
hose? Like,
Yeah. I'm telling you,
come on, people.
we Americans are so stupid, and I said that in a post on Facebook, and I got banned. I didn't say Americans, I said we, so that includes me, and they still banned me.
And they watching whatever you say.
They call it hate speech or bullying. I'm
They-
like,
they
it's the
watching whatever
freaking
you
truth,
say.
man. What's wrong with you? I can't do anything with you know, it's
Stupid
crazy.
You need to just deactivate and come back up with a different page. put a white.
I wonder
change
if,
your name to Ronald.
Forrest Gump probably wouldn't make it out on the cutting block this year because there's a part where it says "stupid is, stupid does." So that they probably got to edit that out. Forrest Gump, the new version,
It's
the
really
2021 version.
We need a new social media platform other than Facebook.
something will come out.
Trump does
Facebook
one.
will dive. I mean, I don't really spend much time on Facebook, but I'm sure it's something that the youth have something out there. They're not on Facebook like that. That's just something that we're still, our age is just getting into, or not to get into, but hanging on to. Because all the youth, they start running.
Donald Trump has his own launch his own thing.
Who?
His own platform,
Donald Trump, so you can join his.
like One America. You know, you get-
I don't know what it's called.
You can get on one of them.
It's called website 45office.com.
Nah, I think I'll pass.
No, his website is called 45office.com, but I don't know what the platform is called. But he has his own. He launched it like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, because he trying to get his people. But that's not going to help because only the people like mine with him is going to be in there. So it's just going to be the same people in the same bubble. They're not going to convince anybody else to get on board with that message. I don't see it.
But as I leave, gentlemen, I saw a meme that really fits it. They said COVID-19 really affects you mentally because here you have a guy who was the president who thinks he still won an election where he lost by 7 million votes. So you got to be careful with that COVID stuff, man.
Yeah.
Messed up that dude's head.
Look at the people in office, man. These politicians that we pay for, man, that you would think be highly educated, highly logical, and they will still walk around with these Stop the Steal masks on and trying to give you these explanations of what happened and what could have happened. And I'm like, bro, that just shows you could be in the political field and still not be intelligent.
I think a lot of them are stupid by choice. They want to be stupid because there's no way you can be that stupid, you know. So
I mean, take Sarah Palin, yo.
They really believe what they believe. That especially when religion is involved, and they really believe they fighting a battle for the soul of the country or whatever. You know, they see, you know, that rainbow and all them other things is destroying the country, and they really believe they want to fight for that. So I don't know.
Well, go tell on the mountain. Don't tell on my mountain.
Yeah, I just stand clear. Let me step to the side. You want to go run and fight that battle? Go right ahead.
Involved with that stuff.
Go right ahead. Just leave me alone, and I'm good.
Leave me alone.
That's it.
Let me eat my jerk chicken.
That's it. Let me stand on the side of the road with a box of jerk chicken, watching the festivities. That's it.
Anyway, fellas, I'm out of here now, fellas. So it's been fun. It's been real. You know, I really appreciate the time on the platform. I think we spent like an hour. At least I've been on
Yeah,
that
a little
road.
bit more.
Yeah, the time always goes by really fast.
Yeah, very.
All right, my brother. Hey,
I'm
I'm glad you
producers.
on such short notice you accepted and was able to deliver. Hey, man, I like your green screen. Is that the one that's on the chair, or you have a whole setup behind you?
On the chair, but I'm going to change the studio to a whole green.
But it looks good though. Now I'm interested the way that that fine artwork is on display behind you. I wonder who put that together. I'm looking there like what type of a professionalism? Who did that? Did you hire somebody?
Well, let me tell you, a part of my entrepreneurial job. You know what? You brought up a good point. A part of my entrepreneurial expansion is the studio that I use for the podcasting and so forth. That's where I'm at right now. I also offer interview space. So for people who have an interview, you want to get out your car, you want to get it from the kids, you want to get it from whatever's going on around you in real life. You want to have a nice background, a nice microphone, a platform that has really good internet, so there's no freezing and stuff. Interview space is what I'm creating, and I've actually had a couple people come through and use the platform. I think I had 3 people and 2 got jobs already. So it's really good because it gives you a level of professionalism for what you're doing, so just hit me up, my
Hey,
social media.
I never would have thought of that. That's
I
dope.
can use some pointers, man. For one, we need to know that mic that you're using, so we could recommend that for
Yes.
all our guests.
Yeah. Why don't you share your screen and pull it up on Google or whatever so we can see what that is.
It's actually Shure SM.
Oh, it had to be the shit. SM50. No.
Is it a pin mic or is it a desktop mic on a stand?
Desktop on a stand.
Wow, and you that far from it and it's coming in like that?
Yeah, I'm like, you see, I'm doing this in my hand,
Okay.
but it's right here. The mic is right here.
Okay, so that's not your average just pick up a mic type
So,
thing. So the regular person probably
you
won't
gotta
have
invest
that.
like $400.
Okay, the average person that we're interviewing
So you see,
for
I'm
one
changing my
time.
background now.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a Christmas background. So you see, so for interview space, you go like professional, do it like that. If you're playing Pac-Man, you do that.
Okay.
If you're on social media, you can do something like this, But typically when people come to do a interview, they use something, no, not that one. They use the blue one. Where's the blue one? Here, they use this one typically.
Yeah, that's
Of course the
really
lighting
cut
is
and
better,
dry.
so you don't see that green edge, but it works very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're real tech savvy
like
there,
me,
my
just-
brother.
Huh?
So you're really tech savvy there.
You have to become a student of your art, man, just like you all do. I think we're using the same board, the Rodecaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
so-
using the same board. So I give you. Oh,
Okay, I see you. We got a little something there. Then I got my own.
yeah, space, man.
I got my popcorn.
Oh, you put some special ones in there.
Oh yeah, you can download and put your own. You can build your own. So
Yeah, I got scared doing that, so I was like, I'm not gonna touch it.
hey, we could trade off, bro.
Maybe you can come down and put something for me, man.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You can share some knowledge with me, and I could work with you. I'll do the sound. Sound
Not
like
a problem, man. Not a problem, boss. See, we're in the music studio. Not the music, the news studio now.
So that's in your Zoom, though, right? You're changing those backgrounds. Okay, see.
No,
Okay.
I'm not changing the Zoom. I'm changing to this third-party mesh, go between. It's called Chroma Cam, and I think it's real cheap. I think it's like $20 forever, like a forever license.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look
you
into
could do anything, man. I could switch my back. I could mirror my background, switch the background, rotate the background, rotate me.
You can make a whole video out of that, man. Put some music on there and just spin around, do some cat memes or something, man.
Let's go. Let's take it to the Epcot Center, baby.
Yeah, I like that though. I like that program. That's tight.
And if you want to see Portmore, here is Portmore. This is where I'm from in Jamaica. That hotel in the background, that's a Forum Hotel. That's right on the beach. You know, that's close to where a lot of the violence took place in the 1980 elections. Because you see that hill in the back?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
It's a hill or a mountain?
It's a hill. It's called Hellshire Hills.
You ever been in there?
Yeah, I've been on there. I walked up there, jogged, a whole bunch of stuff. Because it runs pretty much across the entire coast in Portmore. So you have some people that actually have nice houses on the hill. They used to quarry that hill for the construction of Portmore. They have I don't think there's a hotel. Maybe there's a hotel, but I don't know. But it runs behind a plaza called Port Henderson Plaza. It's really nice, man. Maybe we should make a trip and go to Jamaica and I'll show you all those spots.
Zen. Forward.
And you found
Damn, Damien.
ever found any dead bodies in there?
I'm trying to go to Jamaica, man. I just need them to bring me a big tree branch on the side of the road. You know what I mean?
A big tree branch. There's places for that.
I hear they bring it right to you, the big branch.
But actually, finally, I need to get out of here. And that same hill, right? We're going up to Green Bay. That's where they have the military base, right? There is a church and a structure. I don't remember the name of that structure. But if you go underneath the structure, you see water, right? That water actually takes you to a whole nother side of Portmore if you swam underneath.
Oh boy. Is that the Green Bay from the song? Green Bay Killer?
Yep. That's where it's all happened. Green Bay Killer.
Did you swim in this water under the ground?
No, I'm not that
brave. Swim in it, or you have to scuba dive through it?
I don't know. I've never tried
like a
it.
blue hole?
I never asked somebody who did it, but they used to do it. People do it.
Wow.
That sounds kind of piratey. I'm not sure.
Like a cave. My brother had like a little spot in that cave once. He had a bed in there and some stuff. Like for real, man. My brother be wild and said, I'm like, dude, we got a 4-bedroom house. Why are you in this cave?
This is a spot. Take his little babe down there. Come on, baby.
Now you go there and hang out during the day and does this thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, bro, come back to the house, man. Come back to the house. He's at the house now, though. He's at the house, so we good now. We good.
Okay, so that's good. So maybe one day we'll make that happen.
We'll make it happen, man.
All right, my brother. So once again, want to say thank you for blessing us with your time and coming on short notice and making it another epic show. You want to give anybody some shout-outs where they can find you, how they can get in touch with you or join your track team?
Well, I don't have a private club for the track. I just do the high school. I don't even want to do the club thing. But nonetheless, you can still hit me up. My number is public. Look at my Facebook profile, Sean Garrity. Yeah. Maybe I should change my name. Can I edit my name? Rename. Yeah. Sean Garrity. That's me.
DJ Garrity.
Right? Look me up, Sean Garrity. And on all the social platforms.
For events and everything, what's your company called? Garrity Media?
Garrity Media Group.
And where is your next game show? You want to invite the people out?
Is Monday night at Legends Tavern and Grill in Pompano Beach. Because once you look up Legends Tavern and Grill, if you're local, that's Pompano Beach on Monday, Deerfield on Tuesday, Sunrise on Wednesday, Plantation on Thursday, and then I have someone else doing Lighthouse Point on Thursday.
So you don't do the ones in Davie. I think that's where I came and met you at one at Davie before. That's been some years, man. I ain't been out the house.
That one is no more. That one is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, but it still got 5 stores, so
hey, that's what's up. Enough to keep you busy.
Yeah, that's the one I went to too, where I saw you, the one in Davie.
One in Davie. Was that DJing or was that playing beer pong?
Beer pong. I went to one of them places. It was beer pong. Was it the Twins or was it?
Yeah, it's where Twin Peaks is now.
Yeah.
It used to be Lefty's Tavern and Grill.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
Gotta
been a
catch
long
back
time,
up and come check one of them out.
Please do. Bring your
the house
crew.
now. Yeah, man. All right, my brother. So salute to you.
Oh, before you go, you got any more equipment to sell?
Any merch you want to send to us?
Besides that, whatever it is you
I've got bar
promote?
stools.
oh yeah,
if you want
besides
some
that
bar
bar
stools.
stool, I told you I can't use that.
Oh, you got the text too? Yeah, you and him got the text.
Yeah.
I got some more coming. So if you need them by that, let me know.
I need
I'll
some
hook you up.
really tall bar stools. My bar is really tall. I need those high stools.
I've got 26-inch.
No, that ain't going. If I stand in
That
my
ain't gonna
bar, my bar thing comes out to the chest. If you stand out there,
it's tall. It's
that
high.
thing is high. I need some. If you really want to sit out there to the bar, you know, most of us just stand so with your drink in your hand. I could use a cold Guinness right now. Anyways, brethren.
Yeah, man, we'll be in touch.
Be in touch, man.
Thanks
Peace.
again for spending your Friday night on a HGN show. You know what I'm saying? Or podcast, I should say.
Here goes nothing. Podcast,
goes nothing.
live stream, show, the big show, the big show, whatever you want to call it, man. We here for
I'm
the
gonna
people,
eat
for the
some
culture.
goldfish while I drive.
Goldfish. Is that medicated? What's that?
Nah, these are regular goldfish.
Yeah.
Put them in the bag.
600
Put 'em in the
milligram?
bag. Huh?
600 milligram?
If you want to make that deal, we'll talk. Peace.
All right, bro. Later, man.
All right, man. Yeah.
Once again, it's the Here Goes Nothing podcast on your Friday night live stream with your boys, the Bricklayers. DJ Ron Du is about to blast you with some music as we wind down. That was Sean Garrity, a.k.a. Coach Nembhard. Did I say it right?
Yeah. you said
DJ
it.
Garrity from Garrity Media Group. I get it. I always get people's stuff messed up, man. My bad. My apologies. Let me apologize before I even start. But that's our brother, longtime friend. He's doing this thing with the game show, has some very interesting ideas and concepts that he has going on. Real innovator, entrepreneur to speak. And that was good. That was good, man. I enjoyed that. All right, Ron, do what you going to hit us with since we're coming back.
I'm going to continue where we left